Name one place that has invoked Sharia law that is in America. You can't, because that doesn't exist.
Well, also I don't know my geometry.
Yeah, I failed that class.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Drunkcast Live. Hey! Oh, episode 116.
Sure.
116, ladies and gentlemen.
So long.
It has... It's almost like 116 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, how many episodes would it be if we hadn't lost so many?
Might be around 120, 121.
One in the 120s.
127?
We lost about 4 or 5.
Yeah, we had the three great fires,
Yeah.
and then there's been a.
We really need to
there's been
stop living in straw houses.
Yeah.
And there's been like a couple of other lost episodes for one reason or another.
Let's call it 5.
Let's say 5. 5 episodes total.
So we'd be at 121.
121. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm Travis.
I am Dylan.
We're a podcast called Drunkcast Live. We like to hang out at bars. We like to talk to interesting people and
Yeah,
have
we do.
interesting drinks. And cheers. Well, interesting people already said that. I have Adam McWaters over here on my
Hi.
left-hand side. He's our luck beard and dragon. We're going to take a shot to my spoonerism. Well, I'll cheers to that. I don't know if you guys... Oh, man. There was liquor in that.
Mine was like double size.
It is what day of the
Mine
year?
tastes like Daddy's Christmas.
Happy Friday.
Happy
everybody.
Friday, everybody. It's January 30th. We are at Don Cepo, Austin, Texas. We don't usually
on a
record on a
Friday.
Friday. I'm going to be out of town, and I appreciate you both, actually, for coming and hanging out with me while
yeah.
this special
The
episode.
truth is, we probably would have been here anyway, just not without the recording equipment.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Because we have no lives.
Well, living for Drunkcast is not a life not worth
I do,
living.
but
Not-
I like
not
to
not.
escape it.
Yeah. Is it living if you really love it?
Exactly.
Okay,
If
yeah.
you if you live every job, no.
It's in there somewhere.
yeah.
If you live every tooth,
Oh, we can get it the next time.
Okay.
yeah.
Anyone watching the video understands what I just did. And you should subscribe to youtube.com/drunkcastlive to see what it is. Doctors won't believe it.
Good save.
I like to hang out at, just talk about whatever's going on over the week.
It's been a busy couple of weeks.
It has, yeah.
So last week we had our lovely friend Eric Nagurney.
Eric McGurney, yeah. He's
And
a
we didn't get to talk
delightful
about
guy.
any of the cool stuff that was happening in the world because
Not really, yeah.
he was so cool by himself. We just went with that.
I had fun.
Yeah, it was fun hanging out with him. Adam was here, of course. And
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
This time it's just us, and we're going to have to survive by our wits alone.
Oh man.
Might-
You guys prepared?
Oh man, we're in
Maybe.
deep trouble.
I
We're not going to make it.
I
not
sent
gonna
a,
make it.
I sent a carrier pigeon to a special friend, a special message to a special friend.
Oh, light wings. Maybe it's good news.
Oh, finally!
Where are my dragons?
Oh, shit.
You saw the Game of
It's
Thrones.
from Time Warner Cable again.
The Game of Thrones leak today, right?
I saw the words on the wings, but I did not actually click on anything.
No, I guess it's official HBO trailer, like a 2-minute long trailer that
Okay.
someone like recorded on their phone and then uploaded in really low resolution to YouTube.
On the internet, we call that
Handicammed it.
Yeah,
on
old
the-
school bootleg.
on the internet we call that potato quality.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Potato quality is when it's worse than cams.
You can't.
Yeah. So did you watch it?
Yeah,
Was it good?
it was hard to tell because it was so bad quality. You could tell what
Great.
was going on.
Great. You're sitting there looking at the screen like.
I know that Tyrion has a beard now. And
Well, yeah, sure.
And
It was really easy to change your look
Yeah.
back then, like complete disguise. All you have to do is move across the narrow sea and grow a beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Spoilers.
Why do you think?
Yeah.
Hey, guys? Huh?
and apparently, what's the spider guy? What's his name?
Varys?
Varys. Yeah.
Varys.
Apparently, Varys is trying to now tell Tyrion that in the trailer that basically he stole. I want to say paraphrased a Star Wars. There is another kind of thing where it's like, no, there's a person out there who has a title and the right to claim the throne.
Ah, yes.
And Tyrion's like, who is he? And he's like, it's not a he.
Ooh, intrigue, my favorite.
And bitch got dragons.
Yeah,
You would already know about that. That seems weird.
Well, and there's
Yeah.
there's certain bits of foreshadowing that I really loved about the series. I can't remember if it's actually in the television series, but in the books, they made a big deal about the fact that that Tyrion was one of the few that really knew about dragons.
Really?
Like, really knows his shit about dragons.
He read
Yeah.
tons and tons of
Yeah.
literature on the topic.
Actually, that's an
Libraries are
interesting-
they're not rude to
That's
him
an
or whatever.
interesting, just Game of Thrones side note that they brought in early on in the show that he was an avid reader and
Yep.
knew everything about the world because he read so much.
Yep, yep.
Then they kind of forgot it. They just made him a little whoremonger. But still, it's Tyrion. He's
They made
awesome.
him the lovable whoremonger.
That's true.
Yeah.
They made him the guy that
I mean,
you wanted to relate to.
It's fine to be literate
you
and also like to bang hookers and pay for it.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Cheers to that.
Literacy and hookers.
I mean, that's the point. Multifaceted characters. Good job,
I
George.
mean, that's basically
Life.
our founding fathers, right?
yeah.
That was leprosy and hookers.
No, man. Washington.
Oh, Ben Franklin, though. Come on.
Oh, but yeah,
Oh,
Franklin went crazy.
Franklin Doe, you know?
Franklin Doe.
That Franklin Doe. Yeah,
that Franklin, though.
He would tag anything.
Yeah.
with the wits.
Really,
With the
like he had moments where it would be anything, anything, preferably more than one.
Yeah, he did.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, because he was so literate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or literal.
It all comes back around.
Yes. Yes.
Literacy.
lot.
Literacy is the key.
It's the key to everything.
America.
That's why Pizza Hut was trying to save the universe with their Book It campaign.
yeah. He was just.
Get pizza if you read a book. Do you not know Book It? Do you not remember
no,
Book It?
I don't know this.
I don't remember Book It, right?
I remember Book It.
I
He,
do not.
he lived in Germany for a long time and he remembers Book It.
I lived in Kentucky.
I had
this happened,
VHS
so-
tapes, special VHS tapes that told me secrets.
So the commercials for Book It.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you were in Germany, I was. You were more in the real world than I was. 'Cause I was living in Kentucky, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that happened in America that I didn't see.
I was hiding out in Kentucky.
Sorry,
Well,
I was,
yeah.
I was on the lam.
Well, before he was living in Germany, you were actually fighting in the war in Germany.
It's true.
Yeah.
Man, it was the
For
best.
the Allies.
Wait, on whose
That was
side?
the best Christmas ever, 1917.
Oh, yeah,
Man, it was
sure.
it was a miracle that night. Whenever we just stopped fighting.
Were you in
Yeah.
Stalingrad?
Germans just started singing. We came out, gave them hats.
Yeah.
It was great.
Book It was.
And let me tell you, they might be terrible krauts, but they know how to decorate a Christmas tree.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they do.
If there's no venge there. Book It was this product that Pizza Hut had. It was like if you. I can't remember.
I love it.
I can't remember the
We didn't
details
even-
exactly. You read a book, you get a pizza. You get a personal pan pizza.
I didn't even know what Pizza Hut
reading a
was.
book?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It was not an option.
Not even on base.
No, we had Burger King. The end.
I mean, if you had Burger King, you should at least have Pizza Hut.
It took me years. It took me years to understand the concept that, like, when I moved to Copper's Cove,
Is
we
that why
didn't
you- is-
have a Burger King. Like, how is that possible?
What kind of weird Twilight Zone am I living in?
Possible, yeah.
No, we do have one, but
No.
You got one eventually,
at some point, I'm
No,
pretty sure I know
sure,
where one went.
sure.
But
but they didn't
It
have
was-
like the sauerkraut burger that you grew up with or whatever, right?
right, but
Like
even if we could have had 3 for all I fucking cared, like, because there was so much other shit now,
Yeah, yeah.
like, but Austin struck me as strange when I moved here because I was like, where's a Burger King?
Yeah.
I know of one Burger King in this entire city.
I know of
One.
I
I
know
know
of
of 3.
No, there's
I
2
know-
now.
I know of a-
There's one near your house.
I know of a lot of them, unfortunately. I know there's one on 38th Street. This is for people who live in Austin only, and I'm sorry. In fact, we should not talk about exactly where the Burger Kings are in Austin, Texas. Our friends in London will not find that hilarious.
Cambridge could not care less about Burger King.
Unless someone's actually doing a plot-by-plot, where Burger King now,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, Canada.
Oh.
Look, go to Canada and
This will be
research.
jolly good for my fan fiction.
And Bella wakes up in a Burger King bathroom.
Yeah, he seemed to say. After copious amounts of sex with that guy from.
Yeah, the Humpty. It's
Humpty,
called Humpty
yes.
Dance, yes.
It's called
Yeah.
Waking Up with the King. That's what that
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Waking up with the king.
That was a real campaign.
Yes, it was.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
The
Sneak King.
The
game,
Sneak
yeah.
King
Yeah.
thing. Like, the mascot of Burger King, the king of Burger King of burgers.
Yeah.
Being a fucking creeper.
Is a creep.
Yeah.
Super creep.
Waking Up with the King it was a really funny campaign, but at the same time,
It's also kinda creepy.
It fits so well in that rich tapestry of how much of a bastard he is. You know, like,
This juicy cheeseburger will take your mind off the pain your asshole's feeling right now.
right? He's
Maybe-
like
he was just claiming his prima nocta right.
Well, he's not Scottish.
That's a joke. There's a joke. Oh, it's like
Or
it's,
maybe she was.
it's like Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald was a clown. Cool. He knew some weird mutants, or whatever, and like one criminal. But like the king was always like, of like the supernatural bad guys. You have like Freddy Krueger, and you have Michael Myers.
And the king.
And the king,
You have Jason.
and the king decided not to kill anyone, like Jason,
Yeah.
But like they all have the same powers; they could be anywhere they want.
The king never wrapped a teenage girl into a sleeping bag and beat her against a tree until dead.
Right. The king just wanted to give you a
Yeah.
delicious cheeseburger.
He just wanted you to wake up beside one of his cheeseburgers because he was fucking proud.
yeah. He's proud of his work. I mean, I would say Jason Voorhees is also pretty proud of his work.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did it for Mom.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very proud of his work. It's just his work was slightly different tilt.
Man, you don't know art.
You're right.
It might be the same thing. He's gonna make cheeseburgers after a baby afterwards.
Yeah, he's tenderizing her. That's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
He's starting from the ground up.
He
The
ground up to be grounded back.
The ground beef.
Yeah.
Man, that was rich.
Sucks. It sucks what we're doing right
How's
now.
it going?
It's the season.
People are going to stop listening. Cambridge is going to stop.
For those who are new to the episode, this is what Drunkcast
Or
is.
to the show. Yeah. This is exactly what we do.
Expect this in America, Cambridge.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
Yeah.
So the Pizza Hut thing. So they would actually give you a pizza if you read
Yeah,
a book?
you get a personal pan pizza.
How did you prove that you read a book? Did you have to do a report or
I
something?
can't actually remember.
or-
I think it might
Was there a
have been a
test?
small report, but I think you actually went through the teachers at the time.
Okay.
There was a conversation with the high schools or the elementary schools.
Okay, this is like an in-school campaign sponsored by Pizza Hut to promote
And you
reading.
get a coupon, I think.
It was an effort for local public schools to get more money, I'm sure. So they got sponsored by Pizza Hut. And,
Okay.
Yeah, that's the most optimistic way of looking at it. Yeah.
That's terrible.
I know I read a lot of books, though.
That's like a Mad Max
I
movie.
read
when he's
a
just-
lot of books. Mhm. That's why I'm the
So
size
many.
of.
The words went right to my waist.
Yeah, that's right. Oh no, I can't read anything else. I'm
That's
stuffed.
full, yeah.
Then right after I read that one Hardy Boys book, I just stopped liking football.
Oh yeah, no, I have a severe gluten allergy after reading all of the Nancy Drew cares. Yeah,
Sure, that'll give you
Nancy Gluten.
white person's disease.
Nancy gluten. Yeah,
Yeah.
white person's grout. Gout.
Grout.
I'm gonna take a break and see if I can find a new tongue.
Yeah.
And
Amazon Prime.
we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about everything we've missed the last 2 weeks. I think.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do it. Bye.
Break.
Parker Lewis can't lose his Velcro.
Never could.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey!
Segment 2.
Yeah.
There no need for a name.
Double deuce.
I guess so. It's the double
My-
deuce down.
It's
No
my-
flags.
My homage to. Tim, I'll do a circle because why not?
Yeah, I'll do that too. Yeah.
It's Friday.
No flags, no king.
It's an homage to
We
His
love-
Holiness Sir Swayze.
We sure do, and we love
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
We
One of
do.
the best movies of all time.
Yeah. Although the
Um,
sequel, not so
steak.
much.
If we're talking about Double Deuce,
Didn't
we
need
also
a
have to talk
sequel.
about one of our favorite
one.
KFC treats of all time.
Oh yeah.
The most American thing ever.
Only in the Philippines.
No. The original Double Down.
Yeah, the double down.
The Double Down, if you're not familiar, ladies and gentlemen, is a sandwich that decides that what's the point of bread?
What's the point of arteries? I think is the question.
Right.
What's
It's-
the point of living?
It's like someone watched an episode of 30 Rock, for example, and decided that meat is the new bread.
Yeah.
And decided that 2 chicken patties, fried chicken patties,
are now buns.
are now buns.
Yeah.
What was in the middle of that, though?
Bacon and cheese.
Oh, bacon and cheese.
Yeah.
Now, although it's still in the Philippines, it is still as American as fuck.
I believe the Philippines is like their nuclear test ground.
I like
for,
how they
That's true.
It's like their
Okay.
their Pacific Atoll for
some specific
food.
points.
Yeah.
Some very specific points to this. One, they're saving approximately half their cost by only using one of the fried chicken bread patties.
Well, it's still 2. I think
However,
just,
they are
fry them
utilizing
together.
that savings.
KFC
in
has
order-
decided to create a double down dog, which
Yes.
is also called a Pure Foods Tender Juicy Hot Dog Chicken Cheese.
It's one step away from a cheesy blaster, which is all I care
Yes,
about.
that's the most important part.
So
now, really the worst thing about, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video, you should go to, again, youtube.com/drunkasslive to see the picture of this fucking
And if you are
disgusting
watching
thing.
it, you'll be seeing it right now.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, you should probably go see this. As Adam was pointing out, they're actually not saving any money when it comes to the actual amount of patty. They just added a hot dog, put mustard on it, which is gross.
Also, they had to, no doubt, fry the chicken patty in such a manner that it folds into that shape.
Yes.
Which requires technology that I'm sure is surprisingly expensive.
Have you?
Technology we've had since the Egyptians, because I don't know how you can make
Well, right,
a
but we're-
prolapsed anus and then fry it.
Right, but
Because that's what it looks
America-
like. It is a disgusting creature. It is.
It looks like a fried prolapsed anus. You're
Yes,
right.
it really
That's
does. Yeah.
You still want to eat one, don't you?
I mean, yeah. Again,
Real American.
it's only in the Philippines, unfortunately.
Is there bacon in it too, or is it just the dog?
No, it's just a dog. It's a.
It's two chicken patties.
It's a hot
No,
dog
it's a
bun-shaped
chicken
chicken patty.
Oh, it's a single patty? I thought it
Yeah.
was two. Oh, that's even more disgusting.
Do you want to?
Okay.
Did you want to see the picture?
I mean,
the picture of the ideal one.
No, let's just.
Oh,
There's a real one too, and it
I
does
do
not look
have
It's fine,
that,
it's fine.
and it does
Yeah,
not look
but
good, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a fried chicken patty with a hot dog.
It is
and
a
it-
fried
and-
chicken patty in the shape of a hot dog bun
Oh, okay.
that has a hot dog in the middle, and then it's covered in mustard. And we talked about this before, like before the show. There's certain things you do like with other things, but for some reason,
Yeah, like
mustard on a chicken fried anything.
I'm
like,
a mustard fan, and I
Yeah.
like mustard on a sausage. Thanks, Germany.
Honey mustard
But-
on chicken could work, but not on the dog.
Yeah, but-
Right.
Because dogs need only spicy brown mustard.
Right, but spicy brown mustard plus
Sure.
fried chicken
That doesn't quite
is
work,
meaningless.
yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
there's already too much salt and too much grease and everything else in the actual
Yeah.
bun, quote unquote. You know,
in the prolapsed fried rectum.
right? And it's not even a keto thing. This isn't even like something for people who are trying to cut their carbs. You're still
th-
eating so much fucking breading.
Yeah, this
like,
yeah. Yeah, it's part of the food pyramid is the breading.
It's right there at the top.
KFC.
The mustard is a vegetable.
The KFC
and the breading is,
Yeah.
is your bread portion. Yeah.
The mustard and part of the hot dog is the vegetable.
No, we can figure out the entire pyramid. So the top is chicken, obviously. The KFC pyramid.
That's your protein. Yeah.
It's a protein.
The top
And
was
then-
just fried in quotes.
Oh, just the word fried.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Fryer.
then right under that's chicken,
Chicken,
pork, your meat.
Well, no, we're not trying to dissect.
Is there another meat? Did they do another meat besides chicken and pork?
They fried everything. They fried Coke by it.
No,
Like,
we're
Well, that's not
just trying
protein,
to
though.
identify the food pyramid for
KFC
for the
specifically.
KFC for this
Yes.
this particular meal.
Oh,
Not this meal, I mean in general.
Oh, they
So
meant
it's-
okay.
I
fried
mean,
chicken.
What does KFC think that they should
don't
do
do
with
pork.
humans in
All right.
general?
Well,
Yeah.
starch is obviously potatoes and
Oh, yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and breading.
Mashed
And
until they're
corn.
depressed potatoes.
But those potatoes are so good.
and then corn.
I don't
Corn
agree with
somewhere
that.
in there.
Well, with the gravy on it, really, basically.
I do not like the brown gravy.
the base, the bottom of the pyramid is just
Is the
gravy.
gravy, yeah.
Just sea of gravy.
Actually, the gravy should be at the top of the pyramid so it can cascade down upon everything else.
Sure.
No, you want to dip things. You want to.
Vesuvius of foods.
It goes either way, really.
You need to have.
sure.
You need to have a great ocean.
That's the problem with that gravy, though, is it does go either way. Most gravy actually just follows gravitational pull, but that gravy goes wherever the
Some
fuck it
gravy.
wants.
Some gravy doesn't.
Some gravy goes up. Everyone knows that.
It's grave sexual.
It's good. Oh,
Think
And
about
it-
it.
and it
no,
demands-
no, I got it.
Yeah, and it demands rights.
Think it, Tim.
Thank you so much, Tim. Let's move away from food for a second. I did not
Aw.
mean for that to rhyme.
That does not qualify as food.
Eventually, we will. Well, no, that's true.
Close that tab.
Edible things.
Close that tab.
I need to find the actual picture of the thing.
Oh,
Eventually.
you do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you need to see that.
Of what do you speak, sir?
Someone in the Philippines actually took a picture of the actual
the-
product,
oh,
and
yeah.
it is
Of the real deal Holyfield.
And it's
even
nothing.
more disgusting.
It looks like a drug addict just got done with a horrible sexual escapade.
yeah.
It's just hopeless. Like,
I would do this for crack. Yeah.
it looks
Yes.
like someone who's reached rock bottom. That's the only way to describe it.
It looks like it looks like the last seconds of an intervention.
That went badly.
That went badly, yeah. Speaking of an intervention that went badly, Nancy Grace, I apparently had a great conversation with Dr. Drew Pinsky.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't see a lot about Dr. Drew recently, honestly. Not as much
Is
as
it
I want to.
Pinsky or Pinksy?
I always heard
It's
Pinsky.
Pinsky. P-I-N-S.
Okay.
I liked him on
Good.
Love Lines.
Good.
I loved him and Adam Carolla, even, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Spike,
I know that he's been a guy who's been in and out of legitimacy, I guess.
But
but like,
he had a show on VH1 or
Oh, not
something.
the O, not O.
It was Celebrity Rehab. He did for a couple of years.
oh yeah,
And it was actually interesting. It was
Yeah.
actually a very interesting show because it was actually his clinic that he actually does run for drug addiction.
convenient.
I know.
Yeah.
After that show ended, and then he got a show now on HLN, like at 8 o'clock at night or something every week. It's like
Okay.
health news, Dr. Drew. But the point, I mean, Dr. Drew is actually, while he
He's
is
a pretty competent guy.
while he is a media celebrity and he is a part of the
Yeah.
the machine.
Problem?
Yeah.
No, but no, I'm saying machine.
Well, yeah,
I'm saying machine because
yeah.
he still is a licensed and practicing everyday doctor. He
Yes,
actually
yes.
is a medical practitioner who does run a rehab clinic, who does prescribe drugs, who actually is a physician.
Yes. He's not a
And
Dr. Oz, as we'll talk about after this.
Yeah,
obviously.
so when he gets into an argument with somebody, it's because he has a actual knowledge of, I am a medical professional. I have some science knowledge. When I say something, and my opinion of him watching him has always been, if you're asking me for an opinion, I'm going to give you my professional medical opinion because my reputation depends on me saying the thing as a medical
yes, because my
opinion.
reputation is important. What do you know? Yeah.
So for him to even be on HLN is kind of an outlier.
Sure. And speaking of a person whose reputation,
Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, so they got into it. What was it over legalizing marijuana?
Legalizing marijuana, yeah. This is a wonderful little argument too, because in the actual the article on MSN.com, if you've heard of it,
If you're nasty.
it's a conversation that they're having about. Nancy Grace has been in this tear recently, where she's trying to
Demonize
she's trying to-
marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana, marijuana users, weed users,
and
stoners,
using
potheads.
gotcha celebrity,
Yes,
whatever.
And
Pot
her
addicted.
point about a person of a man gunned down and killed his wife, and she said, "Weed, weed, weed." And Drew was like, "Well, there's empty pill bottles there in the perpetrator's room. It could have been coming down from those drugs instead of marijuana."
Uh-huh.
And her response was, and this article is fucking
know, yeah.
fantastic. There's nothing in this father's bloodstream that indicates pot-related substances.
To which
Grace said.
Dr. Drew responded, "That's exactly my
You
point."
proved my point. You weird woman.
Why did you invite me here?
Emphasis Drunkcast.
Hashtag Mary Jane murders.
Oh, right.
Question mark?
Hashtag
No.
Hashtag what? Munchie. I don't know. I just don't understand how to work
Riddling
with.
wreckage.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, what's her game? What's her end game?
What
What's
is
she
her
after?
end game?
Yeah.
All the money and the fame. Shorty, what's your name? She obviously has it running. Like she has an idea what she's doing.
In her
No,
mind.
I don't.
yeah.
I honestly think that maybe
Or
she
someone else
started
does.
with one,
Oh.
but she doesn't get it.
There's
Or-
the theory.
yeah.
She has a really, really good friend who hates her, who is like, "No, everyone trusts you. Just
Say this."
keep
Oh,
going."
and it's her neighbor in a suburbanite community, and
It could be like her bridesmaid or whatever, and whatever.
Yeah.
Her third or fourth marriage that she's ruined so far, or
just
whatever.
she's been feigning being Nancy's friend.
Yeah.
it's like since high
Yeah.
school.
But she's actually a
And-
polar bear.
And I'm waiting for the
Yeah,
tell-all.
but she's-
Trolling Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, actually, it could just we could skip the tell-all and just go right to a multi-series television show,
Sure.
dramatization about this.
Okay.
Telling Grace.
On
Trolling Grace.
Can Ralph Macchio be in it?
Yes.
I'm over Scott Baio, man, really, but you know.
Okay.
If you, whatever, which
Really, anything.
Honestly, either
Can
way.
Ralph
either way.
Macchio play 2 Chainz?
Yes.
Good. I just want to.
He's a very diverse actor.
I
He
do-
can pull it off.
I represent Ralph Macchio, Drunkcast talent agency. We shoot for the stars.
That's right. We shoot at the stars.
And there's no
Shoot at the stars.
there's no way actual 2 Chainz is gonna do this. So
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. He seems pretty open for what is obviously a very artistic
yeah, but you
piece.
apparently really want Ralph Macchio, and you're the boss. So
I
no,
mean-
Tonya Danza is actually Mono is the boss.
Damn it.
I thought Charles was in charge.
No.
Angela was proven to be the boss, right?
Yeah, Angela was the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angela.
I'm a cat. I'm a sexy cat.
All right. Dr. Oz. Yeah.
Dr. Oz. Man, I don't even know if I want to talk about that fucking asshole.
Well, actually, we can stop it there. That's the opinion that we have of Dr. Oz
No, we can't.
personally.
Well, it's-
Personally, yeah.
Personally, and,
Bias, yeah, but we're looking at investigative.
the FTC actually to come out and say, you know that shit you've been hawking,
Green coffee beans.
it's actually bullshit, and
Yeah.
you're a lying fuck. And well, they didn't say that
Yep.
to him specifically, but the point being, the thing he's been hawking for years as a miracle cure has recently been debunked by the Federal Trade Commission,
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying no, you cannot say those
The
things.
government,
Yeah.
the government that you're iffy on trusting, please
Yeah.
trust them on this one.
On
They
this
are
one, yeah.
actually right.
It will not cure your cancer.
It's one of the
if you
few
take
things that
green bean
actually.
extract.
Regulation's pretty rad when it comes to things like this. It's a reason why we don't have people going town to town with a briefcase that has legs on it. Hey, would you like to buy some green coffee
Well, I
pills?
don't know much about health, but I do know a thing about
Right.
Free collection of encyclopedias with my snake oil.
Cure your cancer. There's a capital C and it ends with R and it's gone. The government is forcing one of Dr. Oz's favorite supplement peddlers to pay out $9 million to consumers. $9 million.
Yeah.
That'll
That's
be
incredible.
that'll be a cool $14 to all of you. Maybe.
Unless you kill off
11
the other people in the suit.
Yeah,
No.
11 to 14.
Well, most of them are probably
Yeah,
dead
so
because they
get-
followed Dr. Oz's
so get
advice.
started.
They took it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not the matter of the money. Well, I'm sure for some people it's the money, but
And may luck
for
be
me,
ever with you.
it's a moral victory that someone got. Well, he didn't get personally caught in this, but
No, sure. But
this is definitely
yeah.
a thing in the thing. I can't think of the metaphor for the appropriate wedge that breaks
Totally
open
clear.
the thing. You know,
It's
the blurg in the
Crowbar.
Glaven.
Oh yeah. You know that. Oh god, that's so smart.
Yeah,
It is a positive slippy slope.
sure.
We call it a slippy slope when it's positive, a slippery slope when it's negative. That's just something we do at the show.
It's a slippery slope between the two. Yeah,
It's cute.
It's a slippery.
A Swiss slip.
I'd like to think that it was the people who were arguing or like so upset with Dr. Oz that has made the federal government say maybe we should look into this. That said like, okay, well, Dr. Oz,
Very likely. That's how
you're
it is.
fine, but these guys, nope.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he
what do you
wasn't
mean these
personally
guys?
selling it or making it.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
pointed at
green
me.
coffee bean extract, whatever.
Yeah. Which is it used to be berries. We with Chuck, we all worked with this guy Chuck
Yeah.
from Photodex who was selling that.
Was he selling
Coffee berries.
Oh,
Coffee berry
yeah,
juice.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, that was a funny
Selling
conversation. I don't know if any of you who are listening to this right now has ever had this conversation with a person who's like, no, it's not a pyramid scheme, but
Yeah. It comes back down to like in the English language, if you say a statement
and then it starts with but.
and then comma, but
It's contradicting
you've
it.
invalidated the statement you just said in favor of the next statement
Yeah,
that
they-
you're going to say.
yeah.
It's one of the few
So,
beautiful scenes
Yeah,
from
stop
the,
doing that.
from The Office. Michael Scott is talking about this new venture he's asking everyone to get into, and it was like, that's a pyramid scheme. He's like, no. So it starts here. He's got a dot, and he's got two dots under that, a couple dots under that, and then Jim, like while Michael Scott's talking, Jim just comes up and grabs a marker and just draws a triangle around it, and in the sentence he goes, "All right, I got my money back." Like, but poor Chuck is like, no. He's like, he's telling me this idea. It's like, oh, is it so great? That's so great because we have a place nearby where we live in Hyde Park in Austin, Texas, that they have lots of crazy stuff. It's we call it Flagship, and they have lots of crazy stuff.
Love
And if
that
this stuff
place.
is so good,
Yeah.
then we can sell it to them
Yeah.
and make even more money.
Be a vendor, yeah.
Be a vendor of this thing. He's like, oh, they don't do that. He's like, well, why don't they do that? He's like, well, we'd like to sell it to person to person, but you would make so much money if you sell it as a vendor. And he's like, well, we don't do it like that. I was like, so it's a pyramid scheme. He's like, no, never. All right, Chuck. I think that was the last time I talked to him.
Well, he was
That's actually, he was on the show.
episode 50 something.
Wow, so long ago.
That was. It was the 100 episodes ago.
Now, luckily, of the people we've talked about so far, I think Dr. Oz is pro-vaccinations, right?
I don't know.
I mean, has he just been off of it entirely?
Who cares?
Well, I mean, I care because it's a good segue to
No,
the next conversation
I'm
about
going to go ahead and
doctors
say
who don't want to see
that
their
Dr.
anti-vaccine
Oz,
president.
It's safe to assume that Dr. Oz cannot be trusted in any capacity, so just ignore him
I'd let him move
and listen
with
to
me.
the doctors who refuse to see patients with anti-vaccine
I'm going to
views.
split the difference on this one. I'm going to say Dr. Oz probably falls into a category of doctors who are willing to say whatever someone tells them to say if they get paid for it.
Sure.
I'd be willing
And
to
that blurs
bet.
the line between them being a real doctor and actually having any credibility as a physician.
I'd be
Okay,
willing
sure.
to bet
He
he's
might be a
legally
real doctor,
required
but he's saying
to
things
write
because he's getting paid.
the full word.
Because he started
doctor
off. He started off as a real doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he was
He
on
has
the doctors.
a PhD in something.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Because my theory was he has to actually spell out DOCTOR.
It's from Oprah University,
He
though.
legally changed his first name to Doctor Oz.
Like Prince.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so the anti-vaccines. Yeah, this is a good one.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Doctors who won't see their patients.
Yeah, doctors in California are refusing to see patients.
I'm surprised it took that long. Honestly.
Well, no, it's
California doctors, obviously, measles outbreak has been a big fucking
Yeah,
deal.
it's getting worse. Yeah.
Because
God damn
how
it.
long ago was it when we actually had a measles outbreak?
You know what I miss? Polio.
Right.
Let's
right.
bring it back.
Yeah.
It's retro. It's hipster.
Oh yeah, it's totally vintage.
Man, you know what the coolest thing you can do right now to accessorize your outfit? You know, metal braces. They get all the way down your legs.
That would totally pull off that top, but without them, jeez,
Yeah.
go home.
But you got to be real about it. You have to be authentic.
Yeah,
You got to be a poser.
the real
Yeah,
polio.
you got to keep it 100. As the kids are
I
saying.
taught
apparently
my
now, so.
child recently about vaccinations. because he was asking me what that meant, and I
Yeah,
went
sure.
the whole thing. I was like,
Sure.
and basically it wrapped up. It's like, here's how you don't get malaria.
Yeah. We
Listen-
give you a
li-
shot, you don't get sick.
You listen to scientists.
You've already gotten them because I saw them
Yeah.
pump your newborn confused ass with them. Like, you're welcome.
Yeah. But that topic specifically, though, it's a curious thing because, doctors are bound by their oath by their law.
And they used to be bound by the borders, but we've
Yeah,
seen that change
that's true.
dramatically the last
Sweet,
decade.
sweet booty.
But they are bound by the ethical principle of doing no harm and not refusing to help.
Sure.
If they're morally and ethically obligated to help anybody who's in need.
Yeah.
So this being a public outcry saying, you know what, if I tell you to do this thing and you don't do it, then I'm not going to treat you anymore. Get the hell out of my office. Is a really curious and bold stance because they are serving the patient's best interest by saying you need to get vaccinations for your child because
Right.
it's what you need to do to not have malaria or measles.
Yeah, it boils.
Well,
And if you refuse treatment, then get out.
Well, the curiosity there too is that when you're going to a doctor, doctors go to school for some time,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think
great deal of
yeah,
it.
a great
1
deal
or
of
2
time. We all
years,
agree with
yeah.
that. At least 1 or 2 years.
1 or 12.
Yeah.
When you have something like that, when you have a person who is obviously so ignorant about the way things work, is it a good idea to come to a professional who says, no, I'm not going to talk to you unless you do a thing that I can't convince you of, unless you come to me in the first place?
That kind of feeds into what we we're talking about off the clock
Yeah.
about personal belief versus people who are experts and whether or not you choose to believe the experts
Yeah.
because it differs from your value system.
Right.
Well, and value system only goes so far as it really declares to like a war against a different population or the way we handle each other as a society. Like the easiest way for everyone to be healthy is to just
Listen to your
believe
doctor.
to believe to your doctor.
Yeah.
But when the doctor says no, you need to leave because you're not doing what I should convince you of. Otherwise, who's
Well.
failing there?
Yeah, and that's
That's
the
a curiosity.
Yeah, that is the curiosity, and that's the ethical dilemma. But I personally, I'm on the stand of the doctors because
Yeah, let them die.
my doctor. No, my brother is a doctor, although he's a dentist. But still, he's a doctor.
Yeah, your Dr. Brother Dennis. DDS.
I know because I know him. I know what I know he went through to get to that process.
Yeah.
I understand how he approaches medicine, and he is very much a by the book dude. If he, as your dental professional, says you need to do this, otherwise you will lose your teeth, and then they don't do that. He said, "Well, I told you not to do that.
Yeah, sure.
What else can I do for you except now extract this rotten tooth?" Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "What else can I do? I gave you my professional opinion, which was the best course of action for you to take to be healthy,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
ignored it. So I'm done with you."
It does add a different degree there too, because like if you have bad teeth and we're in the same waiting room, it's not going to give me bad teeth. You know, if you have a root canal waiting or whatever.
Yeah, well,
So
that's a separate part of the argument. Yeah.
Yeah, but sure. But like, so I can see how it'd be easier to push someone. I'm sorry, Adam. I didn't mean to. I was on a thread. I was
I know.
just thinking about it.
Continue.
Well, no, I think
Go.
Our fans are pretty smart. I think they understood what I was going to say
Right.
because you got what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You were going to say. What were you going to say?
It boils down to a couple of fundamental principles.
Yeah.
Right. All right. On the one hand, it's
2
like
minutes worth.
people argue on the anti-vax side of things. They're one of the main arguments. Oh, doctors get shit wrong all the time, and they do. Except that,
I mean-
how wrong is Jenny McCarthy on a regular basis and
About
historically
medicine?
speaking?
About medicine.
anything. About how to open the jar of pickles. About how to vacuum the floor.
Oh, no.
About how to do anything. I'm just saying.
I will only contextualize
Oh,
that. And
okay.
She is probably rarely wrong about her taking her top off 1994.
Well,
Whereas,
sure.
But when it
So-
comes to
so
medicine,
you're-
she's not an expert.
The
so.
point that you were making
Yeah.
is on inverse. She is if she can't be right about one thing if she's
Right,
wrong
so
about one thing if she's right about everything.
Somebody
Yeah, yeah.
arguing for the anti-vax
Yeah.
side of the argument, you can always present that in that manner to kind of say,
Yeah.
why the fuck would you possibly trust
Yeah.
Jenny fucking McCarthy over a dude who went to school for 12 years and fucked up once?
Actually, I'm going to go back to my previous statement because she took her top off in 1994.
Yeah.
Okay,
Next to Chris
second-
Hardwick.
and then let's boil it down to even like higher level or lower level if you want.
Celebritocracy, I believe, is the word.
Celebritocracy.
Oh my God.
God damn it.
Ugh.
The thing is, these people coming from this stance,
What do you mean these people?
they anti-vaxxers.
Racist.
Yes.
Yes.
They're not a race,
Yep.
but sure.
I mean, they are now. I mean,
Um,
I'm anti-vaxxer kin.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. You beat me to it. That's what I was,
my astral headmate is.
He's an asshole.
and he loves
The
measles.
thing is,
Yeah.
loves them.
they'll come off and they'll say like, I believe this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believed what this person said, right? Like, and
Yeah, no, that's kind of where we're all on the idea of belief versus when someone else
Right.
tells you your
And
belief is different than
my-
theirs,
my-
and they
Yeah.
are the expert, and you're
Yeah.
not believing them.
yeah, my perspective on that is like literally, like, honestly, nobody in the entire world gives a fuck what you think or what you believe. People start giving a fuck when you know something.
Well, they start fighting against it too.
And they all because of their beliefs and what they think. And
Yeah.
it's that's my point. It's like if a guy like says, "Look, I know." If a guy says, "I've gone to school for this. I've treated people for 25 fucking years," and like, if you don't want measles and you don't want smallpox, we've eradicated those.
Yeah, we already have a book.
eradicated, and
We have
this
a
is
book.
how we did it.
Follow these steps.
I know this works.
This is one weird trick doctors don't want you to know about.
And the most important thing is like the last thought in my head.
Yeah.
The most important thing is no matter what your belief is, if you can prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that your belief or anything that you're believing versus anything you're believing is more contagious than the other, why don't you worry about the thing that's most contagious?
Right.
And most likely, no
That's
matter
a key
what it is,
differentiator.
Yeah.
The contagious part
Yeah.
of it.
Like, do you think Jesus' spirit's going to protect us all,
Yeah.
or do you think measles is going to come back, or the Black Plague? I've seen Black.
I've seen both.
We'll talk about this, and we'll be back after this.
Break.
17/18 of a Yu-Gi-Oh. Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey!
We're segment 3, the Fighting 3.
Hey, I have a shot. Do you guys have a shot?
We have
I have a
shots in
shot.
front of us, and we're going to take these shots.
I just almost made an accident.
Yeah, we actually got so wrapped up in what we're doing, we forgot we had
Sable.
alcohol in front of us.
No, I'm pretty sure we remember that one.
Goddamn.
I think the plastic cups are just too much.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
when the plastic comes, we get more booze.
Yeah.
Winds up getting a lot of booze,
It's gonna kill me.
which isn't a bad thing. If you're in the Austin
is-
area, you should go to
come to
Don's
Don's
Depot.
Depot.
Yeah.
Once they run out of glass, you're good.
Ask ask for your shots in plastic.
Right. BPA free, I think. I'm going to take the second half of my shot.
Man, so we had a lot of stuff going on this week.
We have a lot of stuff going on the week. So, our show really, like, we like to talk about politics. We can't say we're experts on politics by any means, but we like to talk
Or
about
anything really.
Well, we can say we're mostly more tuned in when it comes to the entertainment realm.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're all fans of the Ghostbusters,
Yes.
right? I
how can you not?
Right.
I believe when the news broke,
The news broke
Yeah.
months ago.
but
So
it was
we
a-
have previous information,
Some
or we
would
have
argue,
recent
yeah.
and
information.
we've even covered it on the show.
But we have definitely been looking at the fact that the Ghostbusters reboot could happen, or a
Yeah.
sequel.
Yeah.
And there was one joke at some point. I guess Bill Murray was asked who he would like to see as a
Yeah.
as
and
a lead
and
into.
he said Melissa McCarthy and
He likes Melissa McCarthy, Kristen
Wiig.
Wiig.
Yeah.
Who else did he say? Anyway, there was a conversation for
I
some
believe
time.
he said the whole cast was fantastic.
No, because he didn't know who the other.
Well, yeah, he's talking about that just in general, right?
Well, he mentioned those two by name specifically, but not the other half
Yeah,
of the cast.
Oh.
Point being,
So now we're at a point where we're actually seeing
the
what
cast
could
was
be.
officially announced.
Yes,
Yeah.
the cast was officially announced, and I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like an asshole for being so unfortunate or so upset about the Melissa McCarthy thing.
I've seen a couple really interesting comments, and this kind of feeds into a lot of things we kind of touch on over the many years of our show.
Yes.
The fine line between having an opinion and having to define that it's not misogynistic. Because we're just saying,
Sure. Yeah. big-
isn't it okay to say I don't like that without having to defend myself as saying
Yeah.
I'm not a misogynist, but
Depends on the topic.
yeah,
yeah.
But,
Actually, again, that means you are a misogynist, and
that's why I
Here's
did
my
that
point,
just
yes.
for you. Yeah, but I saw a lot of topics this week. They announced the cast: Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, who I think is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
Kate
then
McKinnon. She's a SNL person, right?
Yeah, she does amazing Justin Bieber impressions and amazing Ellen impressions.
Oh, that was. Oh
Yeah,
my
for the-
God, that was an amazing Justin Bieber.
Oh, the Calvin Klein
I
commercial.
did see that. Yeah. Oh man, she was
she's
fantastic.
great.
Yeah.
My only I have two problems with the casting, and it all actually kind of falls on the same person, the Leslie Jones person. I have a problem with it because they cast a black person because they needed a fourth person who's black. and that just kind of felt weird to me.
They needed an Ernie Hudson, right?
Yeah, and then secondly, she's terrible on SNL. She's the least funniest person I think I've ever seen in my life. Because her comedy is that fluffy style of comedy that Gabriel Iglesias, where she walks in a room. I'm a large, tall, loud black woman. Listen to me because I'm large and black and loud.
You say Melissa McCarthy is basically a white version of that?
No, she's tame in comparison to the Leslie Jones person.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So again, that's not misogynist. That's not racist. That's just she's bad at comedy and a horribly cliche in every possible way I can think of as far as movie watching.
I have faith, like I was telling Adam
Insert
before the
comments
show.
here.
I do have faith that Melissa McCarthy could do something else. I in my head, not in my no, in my heart, not my head. Excuse me.
I agree with you because simply the Bill Murray vote.
Yeah.
And he did a movie with her.
Yeah.
I hate her,
Sure.
but I'm willing to give some slack in that Bill Murray did a movie with her.
Yeah.
Which we know how Bill Murray chooses movies. It has to be the right people.
Yeah.
And so
it has to be right. Yeah.
So I have to go, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm missing something.
He has a tape-based answering machine.
Yeah.
You can find that. He's probably in.
So what I've been seeing mostly on my feed and Facebook, which is how we get the news these days, kids.
Which is terrible and heartbreaking.
Thank you,
isn't
God of
it?
Facebook, for giving
Yeah.
us news.
Thank you, Zuckerberg.
The two common things
yes.
I've seen is don't ruin my childhood with this schlock, and oh god. Actually, the second thing is don't ruin my childhood, and I'm not misogynist. Actually, those are the two things. I'm not
Hey,
misogynist.
guys.
It's like I'm not.
So,
I'm not anti-women. I just think this is a bad idea.
Not an MRA here.
I don't, yeah, exactly. I don't think it's important to put up the siege walls.
No, that's what I've been seeing from friends
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Facebook.
yeah.
People are having to say this is a horrible idea because it really is, in my opinion, it's a bad idea. And then
I don't want the segue into an actual real conversation we're going to have because I am now drunk enough for it.
we're there.
I'm there.
Can I say
Hello.
words?
I've been here since 4 o'clock. So
May I say words on the subject?
you can, yes. But I want to say my point real quick.
You can, but
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
okay, I get it.
I don't think it's necessary to put the siege walls up for what is a very real point, because at some point when you say, let's take a thing and then reverse it entirely 100%, that's not a feminist or a sexual or misogynist or whatever.
No, agreed. Yeah.
That person's wrong. But Adam,
Well, no, but yeah.
Think about it in terms of fucking Ghostbusters.
yes.
All right, I'm not concerned that they're doing a reboot. I'm not concerned that it's an all-female cast. I'm actually kind of excited about the prospect because, alternatively, what are you gonna do? Get Bill Murray and Aykroyd and all those guys together again to do anything?
because
no, you're not. So what?
Because at least one of them is dead. So.
Exactly.
But my counter to that is, why would you remake things that you got right the first time?
What are you hoping for? What are you honestly hoping for?
No, that's my point. You've already done. You've made a
Right.
masterpiece that everyone
the
loves.
the fact that
Why even try to redo
right,
it?
the fact that there's a reboot happening is preposterous enough in and of itself.
and
The
I
only
think-
way that can work,
but-
actually, I would say the Ghostbusters lives in 2 universes that could live in the
cartoon version.
no.
I should never introduce you to comics.
it could live in 2 different universes that can reboot time. Star Trek did it with a new reboot in Star Trek.
Star Trek doesn't count.
I think Ghostbuster could actually do that,
Honestly, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that
because the series only if the original cast shows up and says, "Oh shit, we've
the
sliders,
point is-
greater sliders theory."
So
is
this
what I'm saying.
This is the hot tub Ghostbuster machine too. Yeah.
No, let's
you
stick with
bought your
sliders,
ticket.
man.
Okay,
Let's not go to
let's
Ghost-
fast forward a
yeah.
little bit. You bought your ticket. You're at the movie theater. You bought your ticket.
I'm
you're
dead
in
in the
line.
bathroom.
You're dead in the bathroom. You're dead in the bathroom.
Well, yeah.
We're in line. We have tickets and whatnot. And they finally open the doors. We find our seats. And what are you expecting?
And you're not waiting for him anymore because you're just like, I want to see this
Because I
movie.
killed you. I
Well,
killed you in
no.
the fucking bathroom.
Well,
I'm not waiting for you.
I killed myself, and you were high on shrooms,
No,
and he didn't give a
He
shit.
gave you the tainted cocaine, which that's what killed you.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, I did do a lot of cocaine that night.
But
You're welcome.
But to your point,
The thing is, I want to go.
What-
I
yeah,
want to
that-
see it,
that-
and I want to potentially enjoy it the way that you have to turn your mind off to even enjoy Ghostbusters. It's perfect and wonderful.
no, Ghostbusters is a great movie.
if you come
Yeah.
to it as a child comes to it. Honestly, I could
You know what?
I could
You
really
know
have
what?
a bad time watching
No,
all of the Ghostbusters, which is a tragedy if I wanted to. but I don't want to. So I come at it in the right mind and go, God damn it, this is fucking amazing.
I can absolutely give you that inch because of your pitch. That you're trying to pitch just an entertainment product to an audience who has not seen an entertainment product before with this storyline. I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine, personally, is you already had a great story to begin with. There's no point in redoing it.
I am standing strong beside you at the right hand of you.
Yeah. So
And there's also not a lot of money in the new reboots.
Was
that's
no
a big
need.
problem right
Actually,
now.
that's a great
A lot
point,
of the
yeah.
reboots have not actually made a lot of money.
Although the Spider-Man did okay, the sequel didn't.
the sequel didn't
Wait,
because
which Spider-Man are we talking about exactly?
The most
Yeah.
recent is,
so Amazing Spider-Man did all right, and then
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2
failed miserably.
Did-
failed miserably
do all right.
because, according to Mr. Garfield, who played
Yeah.
Peter Parker and played
Yeah.
Spider-Man, that the executives came in and hashed and cut and screwed up what should have been a comic book movie.
Which
It's like if you read a comic book, if any person, if you've ever read a comic book or even read books of any kind,
I feel
if you take out a page of any of those books, even one book, it
Context.
screws things up. Context gets
I
ruined.
feel very strongly that if you're going to make a comic book movie, you should probably just stick with what the comic books gave you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we talk about this
Yeah,
forever,
but I think what you're
Yeah.
what you're getting at is, I think, sums up, I think, what the general consensus is.
Marvel makes good comic book movies.
No, about Ghostbusters specifically. So it's a property that has already been defined as successful and entertaining and clever. I agree with you, Adam. If you're trying to reboot it, to introduce, let me rephrase that. Not reboot, but introduce to a new audience in a different light.
Right.
I understand. I understand the
If.
desire to do that, but I'm also back to you, Travis,
Yes.
on the fact that most likely some studio hack will say, "Well, the first one, that scene was a little too. Let's just take that out." And now you're
Don't
taking
take the
thing,
scene out of the
But
first
that's
one.
the point.
The first one was
And
the best.
And I really think that's what most people are. Whatever the angle they're attacking this thing at, they hate Melissa McCarthy, Jen McCarthy, or whatever. They are cousins, by the way.
What? Oh God.
Jim
Yeah, they're cousins.
McCarthy and Melissa. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they're cousins. Yeah.
Okay.
But whatever.
Identical cousins? All the same?
But whatever your context is as far as why you're raging against this machine, I think we're all in agreement that there's a good property that we all are probably on the same page as we feel it's going to be destroyed or hurt or something.
Sure.
Here's
And
what
that's
they're-
our anger. That's where
Yeah,
we're coming at.
Here's what they're
Don't ruin
standing
this
on.
good thing.
At least for me, they're standing on a
We
reboot
have more
of
batteries.
perfection that did not need to happen at
Yeah.
all. Secondly, I don't care about the details. If it comes out, I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to make my judgment at that point. But I'm not
And I'm
concerned.
definitely consenting that to you.
I'm not
Absolutely.
concerned that they recast it with all female.
And again,
blah blah. Blah. I don't give a shit.
I consent that to you as well.
Actually-
If it winds up being awesome, I will be super happy because I'm going to come to it the way I came to Ghostbusters.
And I love your enthusiasm,
Like a
and
child.
I really do appreciate that you have that ability to go.
do I think they're going to actually pull it off? Nope. And it's not.
honestly,
it is
honestly,
not.
I think that
it is not the ladies starring in its fault.
I think it's.
It didn't need to
honestly,
happen in the
I-
first
I
place.
think that's wrong. I think Melissa McCarthy is the flagship here. If she can do a good job of not making a fool of herself, not doing the I am the chubby lady
The
who's
fluffy,
having fun.
yeah.
She's not the fluffy girl.
Yeah.
And actually does a good Dan Aykroyd impression of I am the difference between Bill Murray and Egon Spengler, Rames. If she can be a good
Thing?
yeah.
No, I'm guessing.
That'd be grave,
I'm
son.
guessing Melissa McCarthy would be the.
No, she should be the-
She'd be Bill Murray. Yeah.
She should be the Dan McCarthy.
She'd be Zach.
Kristen Wiig should be Bill McCarthy. Bill McCarthy.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
No, but that's not.
Joe got the
no,
names.
No.
What I'm saying is the only way this can work out
Yeah.
is if she shows her real talents as an actress
Okay, yeah. Again,
to play a character who is not only funny but also is a scientist who is explaining to the guy who is not a scientist but is also a doctor of science or a doctor of psychos.
how big the Twinkie is.
How big the Twinkie is.
Yeah.
That's when she will actually show it, and that's what we want. That's literally what we want.
And we also want to know.
aside
if
from any
we also,
misogynist-
we
whatever
also
it
want
is,
to know
like-
if Slimer's coming back.
Tell me what you want. What you really, really
Well,
want.
Slimer's going to be Seth Rogen. We know that.
Fuck! Don't just. It doesn't. God.
Look, you don't know how Hollywood works. I do. I'm white. Circle, please. Circle.
Let's do a circle then.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
It's the circle of dawns.
Yeah. Anyway, good talk. it's a wonderful debate.
Yeah.
It's been really on my feed like nonstop since
It's been driving me crazy for a while, but at the same time, it's like I've been learning how to love the bomb. You know what I mean? Like to kind of steer back in, back out. Like, yeah.
Embrace the chaos.
Because they're not untalented people,
Correct.
but we've only seen the worst of them.
In some cases, I've seen some things that were good.
Yeah. But a reboot, I think a reboot's unnecessary.
It's like no one has ever said, you know what we need to do? Let's do Gone to the Wind again.
Yeah.
How about Citizen Kane, The Redux?
Sure.
And I think that's
But Michael Bay.
yeah, Michael Bay's Citizen Kane. Yeah.
Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is the ultimate. Like the ultimate point I would agree with. Ghostbusters.
I'm gonna cry.
Exactly.
Ghostbusters doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
I can watch it all of them constantly.
Yeah, and
and I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, and I think that
they didn't need a reboot.
There are
but
many,
if they're
many-
gonna do it, fine, change it up, go crazy. I will then judge you, and I will either like it or I will not like it.
And my thing is,
And-
Paul Feig,
yeah.
if he's going to do a reboot, it should be a la or akin to the Star Trek reboot.
Oh,
where it's in
Allah,
a-
not Allah. I was like, no, what are you doing, Travis?
It should be.
It should be Allah.
It should be like the concept
Okay,
of
so-
a reboot in a new universe where Bill Murray shows up.
Now I understand.
Yeah,
and
that's
now
my
I get
point.
you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you pay an homage to the classic
Yes.
without trying to redo it, without trying to
yeah.
bring a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
No Slimer needs to be involved. You need to make sure you cut your cord on that one. It's like
Yeah.
you have like this much room to combine the universes. And you need to make sure you split them completely.
Yes.
If that's the case,
But a little chunk of this might be something different, like the way Marvel does everything.
yeah.
You mean reboot themselves constantly?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, a true reboot with a little twist.
Which
little-
one? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
All of them. Yes.
Okay.
6:15.
What else do we have on the docket?
We have 5 minutes left. Let's
enough.
see what is the shortest thing we can talk about.
Man, we are in fuego tonight.
Yes. We'll need
North
5 segments.
In North Korea news.
Dear leader.
What did Dear Leader do?
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Dear
so,
Leader.
So the news article I floated between the groups.
Don't put me in the mines.
No, it was just that Dennis Rodman came out as saying, "It wasn't Kim Jong Un. I know. We're buds."
Oh my god.
So Dennis fucking Rodman vouched for the entirety of North Korea
For not hacking Sony, yeah.
for not hacking Sony.
All right.
And-
So, listener, if you do not understand what North Korea is about, really,
Nobody does.
Really quick.
You're in good company.
North
'cause-
Korea still has a very small shrine to one of Michael Jordan's basketballs because they believe him to be a god. So Dennis Rodman showing up is basically like if not
demigod. He's
not
demigod to them.
Not if Buddha showed up. Not if Muhammad showed up.
Oh, no, we need to bleep that.
Oh, we're not believing that.
Oh, shit, we're going to get us attacked. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the last episode of Drunk Ass Live.
Before we were beheaded because of Travis. Thanks a lot, Travis.
What? I'm a journalist, okay? By heart and by name.
I'm a journalista.
Everyone did journalista.
Yeah, because
Journalista.
no extradition where we
no-
need to go.
Well, we're technically in North Korean territory, so Deposia, Don's Deposia is North Korean
sovereign
territory.
land,
Yeah,
yeah.
sovereign land. Yes. So thank you, Dennis
But yeah,
Rodman.
Robin vouched for the entire state of North Korea as saying, "No, they didn't do the Sony hack. I know because Kim and me were buds."
They literally do have a Michael Jordan basketball, like on shrine, like a little.
Can they
case.
prove that?
They told me about it.
I just
How can they?
I mean, I don't know how they can prove it.
Can
I
they
just watched the
prove it?
interview and that they didn't mention that at
You know
all.
what they did? A basketball washed up on shore somewhere or whatever, and then
No,
wound up
no.
bouncing its way through
That-
the DMZ.
That was a volleyball. You're thinking
and-
of Castaway.
It's Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of Wilson.
Yeah.
Different ball. I know my ball.
You know
Yes.
your balls?
Okay, Tom Brady,
All right, Tom Brady.
go
All right.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Caw. I gotta say, big Seahawks fan for at least a year.
So glad we're not talking about the Super Bowl.
Well, when this episode airs, it's already over.
I had a
with,
whole
so.
fucking week of it.
We have a
you
full-
guys shut up.
We have a whole segment to talk about it. So
You guys shut the fuck up about the goddamn.
let's go and take a break, and we'll
All
come
right.
back and we'll talk about a little football.
It's not ready yet. I hate you.
We'll be back.
Break. Fine. Go GoPro. Well done. Dang.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Segment 4.
Man,
The universe.
We call it the Fighting 4, but it's also the whatever else.
I have many, many drinks in front of me. I should drink them.
Oh, damn, you have a lot of drinks in front of you.
Yeah.
So we should take these shots.
Oh yeah, we should.
Fuck.
Hey, they're back in glass though.
We're actually-
it's half the beverage.
We're actually at the point of the show where we usually do a toast, right? We haven't done a toast really in a long time.
yeah, yeah.
Dylan, what would you want to toast? Like, what have you learned tonight, or what do you
Man.
want to talk about?
What would I like to toast tonight?
Yeah.
Well,
I have one.
mine's pretty obvious. Although by the time this show actually airs, not relevant, or maybe the most relevant thing ever. Go Seahawks.
Go Seahawks. Okay. Adam has one too. What's yours, Adam?
To affordable graphene.
To affordable graphene? No, that's a good story too.
I
actually,
don't know that, but let me drink this and we'll
Yeah.
talk about it. Explain.
If you're a person of science, you will know what graphene is.
Sorry.
Or God, it finally hit me.
Did you just drink some graphene?
It tastes like cheeseburgers now.
Graphene.
Waking up with the king.
Raping up with the
Turns
kid.
out if you take graphite and put it in an atomically sized like height layer, it tastes just like cheeseburgers.
It does. Graphene is the
It's the Burger King of science.
it's the Burger King of yes.
I don't actually. You'd have to look it up because I don't necessarily know the super specifics, and you have the big computer there that you're doing very well at.
Yeah, didn't work.
Apparently, there was either a manufacturing process that was created that would significantly reduce the cost of producing graphene.
What is graphene specifically as a
Graphene is
usage or whatever?
graphite,
Obviously graphite, but in-
of an atom.
This
It's worth-
graphene oxide powder
okay.
Yeah.
has been inexpensive, but it actually it's been used for
A numerous variety of things. One of the big ones, for example,
mechanically exfoliated graphene.
a graphene layer for battery
Ours is
usage.
all these shaped feet.
Graphene layers in solar panels had some like 60% boost.
Okay,
in,
that would be very, very significant.
yes, it was
in
shockingly
wow.
huge, like bonus to how they could.
So that's the kind of thing that actually can make photovoltaics actually feasible or,
Yeah,
or cost efficient or
yes.
energy efficient. Yeah.
Yes.
Worth it.
Yeah, in quotes. To be scientific about it, yeah. Put quotes
The thing
around
was,
it.
they had all these cases like a battery life that, like, okay, this battery now lasts for
As some kind of graphene, lithium, or whatever.
A graphene battery,
Okay.
yeah, lasting for years, maybe.
Okay, cool. I was not familiar with this.
And
so
like,
that's cool.
I kept reading, like, mostly because of the battery things. So I'm actually absolutely convinced that the modern world is still about 60, maybe 40 to 60 years behind where battery technology should be, which is why we charge in our shit every night.
And that's very optimistic.
I thought it was a little bleak.
No, it feels like it should be, but like the main thing right now is we have so many ways of introducing power into our grids, but not a
True.
lot of ways for it to be stored
True.
indefinitely. I want to say, let's say 100 years.
Well, when it comes to batteries specifically, I'll give Adam a lot of credit on that one because rechargeable batteries have been around for a very, very long time.
yeah, sure.
But they're still not pushed as the commodity of choice for powering your
And
devices.
they also, over time, they shit up really quickly.
But
Like-
they do, but still but less quickly than a disposable Duracell or whatever.
Right, which is a one-shot guy. You're
Yeah.
done.
But
After
people
it's done.
should be
Yeah.
adopting more rechargeable batteries because they do last significantly
Right, so
longer.
like escalating utility rates lose out to solar's fixed price. Now rooftop solar is cheaper in 42 American cities.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're actually going so fast to be able to introduce
Finally.
taking energy in its pure
Finally.
state and
Right.
bringing it into the
Finally.
house.
But it was
But
only,
it doesn't work in mass products, mass quantities.
But only this week, there was, I saw an article where there was this massive gain in efficiency
Yes,
with the graphene solar
graphene.
panel.
Yeah.
Were they German?
No.
It was just
maybe.
it was an Italian kid down on his luck.
Yeah.
living in the Bronx.
West Philadelphia,
He had
born
a
and
song.
raised.
What was the song?
No,
some,
but
of, some of the best.
I'm
Is
excited
simply
about
the best.
Like,
What?
I get very, very frustrated.
Better than all the rest.
If that was my white card, I would have gotten the awesome point.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah. Sorry.
If I had one in my pocket, I would hand it to you right now.
Thanks, buddy.
'Cause
You've
you
got
would have
one.
gotten the awesome
You've got one
point.
card in your
Yeah.
pocket. The other one's holding a craft beer.
Yeah.
Is it
Holding something ironic.
Yeah, don't you think?
holding a lawn store?
Holding a Lowe's credit card.
Oh, this is not.
No, the thing is, like, I kept reading all of these articles saying like, oh, science made a breakthrough on battery technology, blah blah with graphene, and folding and blah. Blah.
It's hopes. It's hopes.
And I was kind of like, after like the 100th article I read about the potential of this, I was kind of like, when can you put it in my phone so that I can leave it where it is for 5 years
Well, the thing,
before I need to plug it in again?
Hearing about graphene being used in photovoltaics is really curious to me because Germany, I guess, is the #1 country for producing solar energy. Like something like 60 or
They're the
70%
number one
of their
country
grid.
utilizing solar energy.
Yeah, but like 60 or 70% of their grid is solar derived.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But they have more cloud cover than Seattle. Like they don't have sun,
no, sure.
but they still have the entire country running mostly on solar energy.
Southern Germany gets a lot of sun,
But
the
for-
top 3/4 of it not so much.
Yeah, but
It's
by
because
the
they're-
size, the geomass, and
Yeah.
for the population, they don't have a
It's
lot of
be-
sunlight,
it's
but they're
because-
able to produce a lot of energy because they dedicated energy resources.
It's because
to it.
the majority of the country actually cares about each other.
Yes, actually,
That's the point. So like,
God,
if
this
the
is a big topic.
sunniest parts of Germany are like, we also care about these people, that they actually have good.
that is the one thing about
infrastructure.
Germans. They're efficient, and
Yeah,
they look
yeah.
at they go,
Right.
what's best for Germany is this, so do this.
Yeah.
Whether you live here or there, you do this because it's
right.
efficient in German.
I think it averaged it out that 30% of their total electrical output was solar based.
I thought it was more like 60 or 70%.
they have what they did is their infrastructure is 60 to something percent
Not the sausage
of
oh,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bratwurst.
not the Schnudeltube.
Oh, the Schnitzengruben.
the brat hurts.
15 is my limit.
Yeah. I'm not from Havana.
What they had was in the total output of
Okay.
that effort, it was 30% of their countrywide energy
Sure.
was produced by solar.
But still, the idea that they don't have a very large country for one.
It's not that big,
geographically
yeah.
speaking, and they have mostly cloud cover, and they're able to do that. It's like, why are we so far behind on this stuff?
Because capitalism, baby. Oil's a big fucking
Yeah,
business.
Hey,
capitalism.
The market has
business.
spoken.
You know these?
All right, let's not do that. Let's pick a different anything.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So
Anyway, but the point is,
But thank you for your input. No, that's
the graphene
yeah.
thing.
Yes,
I was
yes.
very excited about that, and then like I was super excited when somebody was like across the ocean was like, oh well, if we do this and blah, and I press this button, and that, graphene. And so it's like,
Graphene. Like the
it was this-
aristocrats.
It was this massive.
The aristographs. Yeah.
It was this.
the aristocrats.
But it was this massive reduction in the cost for producing it,
Nice.
which means now it's actually reasonable.
It's feasible,
because
yeah.
Previously, it was like, we made this battery. Look, it will last for 30 years. Like,
But it
it's
requires
like,
this much resource.
it would
to produce
require.
it.
Yeah, you would have to pay me approximately $7.2 million for it because
Yeah.
it took me all my life. My wife left me.
Right.
But now,
but
like,
20 minutes from now, it's like,
Yeah.
you need a graphene butter?
Like-
I got one in the back.
a dude in India ordered that, like, does it blend blender and
Yeah.
like put pencils in it.
Yeah.
Basically,
And it's like-
what you're saying is the dude from Parker Lewis Can't Lose shows up, opens up his jacket, says, "Here's some energy."
Yeah. Here's
Yeah,
here's
but-
batteries that work very
batteries,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that actually make traction in the consumer market. I want to be able to buy
and
it.
we won't in our lifetime.
Wait, you mean more Parker Lewis Can't Lose people who open their jackets and give you
Yes, I want more.
A Kubiak powered infrastructure.
As an obvious American capitalist, I want more
Kubiak.
streakers, or
Kubi actor.
It could be.
I want more Kubi actors
Yeah.
doing less visual rape and
Yes.
more visual sales.
What the hell else were you to talk about?
Same difference.
We toasted graphene
Ben and Jerry.
Seahawks.
Okay, so Ben and Jerry's makes their brownies out of house. The brownies come in, and
They're all made by convicts.
in Yonkers,
yeah.
New York.
That was Brooklyn.
Yonkers.
Was it Yonkers?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was
And Yonkers, if you are an ex-con, you
Wait.
can always get a job
Yonkers is in Brooklyn, right? I don't know.
No.
there. Man, I don't know about
I don't know.
I don't know
Again.
about no boroughs.
Not from Havana.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been to New York for approximately 7 hours in their airport.
Yes, but if you eat Chunky Monkey or any of their brownie-based foodstuffs,
Yes, it comes
all the
from-
brownies are made by
It comes
ex-cons.
from a bakery that hires ex-cons.
Yeah, which is awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, really. And then, of course, we have Oh Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Oh Wow.
Oh, wow.
The original Owen Wilson, Sarah Palin.
Oh, man.
Oh, God damn it.
SP.
You know,
The OG.
It wasn't just her in that video. Listen
It wasn't?
to
No,
every- Oh, my God.
The bit was actually pretty great, but I was kind of disappointed that they didn't focus so much more on Sarah Palin. And also,
Why?
forgive me-
How could you?
Forgive me.
It was impossible.
Forgive me. But
There's no focus involved in the entire exchange.
many weeks prior on the Daily Show, so we're talking about the Daily Show, Jon Stewart did a clip by clip. The gag was very funny. The Fox News interviews for correspondents, which was supposed to be the presidency for Republicans, whatever. I watched the interview with Mike Huckabee. I liked it.
I like that Stewart kind of ripped him a new one on several occasions about his hypocrisy.
Wait,
But
you
his-
like Mike Huckabee?
But his
or-
big deal was that Mike Huckabee had a book called God's Guns, Grits, and Gravy or something,
Hominy,
whatever
yeah.
it is.
All things are in my belly right now.
And Mike Huckabee said,
all things from where I'm from.
Mike Huckabee said, okay, there's two different places. There is Bubbleville and there's Bubbaville. Bubbleville lives on the East Coast. It basically liberals.
in their bubble.
And there's Bubbaville.
Bubbaville. The old kin.
And Jon Stewart just can't
Kitschy.
especially when a book comes out. Like a
'Cause he actually reads them.
Long time ago in the Jon Stewart universe, when someone had the 50 worst celebrities, blah blah. He had the person on, and
Yeah.
he just ripped the guy in half.
Yeah.
And so Mike Huckabee's here. He's like Bubbaville versus Bubbleville. And he's like, but you think Bubbaville's better? He's like, no. He's like, no. You think
You
that
think- yeah.
you think you're better than we are, literally. You know, made sense. Okay, good. And then you have this whole montage of these people who believe certain things.
What do you mean these people?
Well,
I'm not a these people, but
Right. Well, bubble butt.
I'm not a bubble butt.
But not a
But
bubble butt. I was kind of disappointed that they were going for the easiest jokes. So Mike Huckabee talking about pigs, like right, the pigs and the sausage just made and blah 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 laws, and then
He wants to kill the pigs,
Sarah Palin is the easiest fruit to pick,
especially
and
that particular evening.
quick. They went quick.
although the is their name Ernst, the hog ball slaughtering bread bag on feet woman from Iowa.
Oh, damn, that was a lot of words.
Yeah, well, no. We featured the people. We
have featured it on Blue.
Yeah, we featured in the show a while back. It was the woman who was in Iowa, in the running for Iowa to become a representative. Her whole pitch was, "I'm a normal Iowan. I slaughtered pigs on my farm when I was a youngin." So she did the State of the Union retort, the first one response,
Okay.
and her punchline from that was, "Well, when I was a kid, I put bread bags on my feet because I only had one pair of shoes. And when I got on the bus, I wasn't embarrassed because all the kids had bread bags on their feet." So she not only combined, I would say combined, but she crossed streams to go Ghostbusters on this one.
Sure.
In the past 6 months, she's
Joni Ernst, right?
Yeah, Joni Ernst. Ernst.
Yeah. Joni Ernst.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So in the past 6 months, she's gone from I'm a regular gal from Iowa, or Iowa if you're nasty,
Iowa.
who slaughters hogs and kicks their balls, and I wear bread bags on my feet because I'm a true American and I'm just like you. Okay, now America, if you're listening, how many of you slaughter hog balls and wear bread bags on your feet, or ever have?
I mean, not me. Not me.
And how is that kitschy?
What did you hear?
What?
I mean-
I heard crickets.
Shit.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I heard my girl. Been a good show.
I have to say one serious thing about the entire process of politics.
It's crazy.
Christine O'Donnell.
Who? Oh, the witch.
Who? Yes.
Yeah.
She was all right.
No, she's a curiosity.
She was sweet.
Well, she's a curiosity because she was on Bill Maher like 20 years ago on his
Yeah,
old show.
yeah,
when she was first coming in,
Yeah.
and he slammed her then.
Yeah.
But she stuck around.
Yeah,
And kind of flourished and rode a wave of.
She became a witch.
She became a witch, and then
And then
yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Howard Dean did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Howard Dean did. What the? I almost fell for it.
After hours.
The same thing I'm talking about right now. The same thing we almost fell for when I want to talk about fucking Rick Perry. Going for the Howard Dean.
Oh well, that's another show.
Jon Stewart. There are several dungeon masters. I mean that specifically.
No, I love that.
If you don't
Jon
believe-
Stewart's a dungeon master,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. That's wonderful. Or if Adam were here, I'd call it an allegory.
Politically speaking, there are several dungeon masters.
I'm not one of them.
You're not
Hi,
one of them. No.
You're Adam.
Hi, hello, I'm Adam. I'm sorry, I'm getting older. You can't.
We actually live in a place where we should be frightened by the
What
dungeon
is
masters.
it? I am not a witch.
You remember Christine O'Donnell?
Yeah, I remember that horrible piece of.
She wasn't horrible.
No, she was sweet.
Yeah, she was sweet.
She was just.
She got trapped. She got trapped into a trench. She went to the high water mark and she got wrapped under. No, literally. Like,
In the undertow pulled her back
She's
in.
a fucking tool bag.
no.
She
She
is a bag of tools.
No.
Yeah.
She was literally as simple as you can get. But
Right,
one
a
word.
wrench.
One,
She is a
one-
wrench.
She was genuine.
She was genuine.
She really was.
One word, and then it would get trapped
and
into
she
it.
came
Yeah.
into the scene when she was like 22 or 23.
Yep.
She really was a genuine. She had different opinion than the
A
norm.
genuine racist.
Christine O'Donnell responds to a clip of her from 1999. I'm not a witch. I'm nothing you've heard.
No, she
I'm
didn't.
you.
It's not,
None of us are
true.
perfect, but none of us can be happy with what we see around us. Politicians who think spending, trading favors, and backroom deals are the way to stay in office. I'll go to Washington and I do what you do.
Which
I'm Christine
actually
O'Donnell,
is-
and I approve this message. I'm you.
Which-
1999.
What she said.
Which actually is a very poignant
What
point.
she is saying right there is that when I was born and growing up,
No,
I used to be blonde.
No.
Nope.
And then I played Texas Hold'em
No,
with a
no,
gypsy
no.
witch, and now I'm a brunette.
No.
I like
and
the
that's
joke.
why Jesus.
I like the joke,
No.
but at the same time, don't bulldoze the people who legitimately have these weird things about them. You know?
And Christine O'Donnell,
Like-
please
I will.
come on the show. I would love to have her on the show.
yeah, let's go to Delaware.
Okay. Why? Wait, we're in Delaware.
Well, she's a Delaware
Actually,
Republican.
Dogfish Head's in Delaware. I'd go with you.
Okay, let's do
Okay,
it.
Delaware.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, we're huge in Portsmouth and New England and whatnot. Oh, by the way, for those people in New England, go Seahawks. Suck at Pats.
Yeah.
Deflategate.
I wanna
Tom Brady's into moron.
That's the only joke I brought for sports.
This has been a great episode of
I was
Drunk Ass
really
Live.
hoping we would avoid it.
All right.
Great episode of Drunk Ass Live. I want to thank everyone who's listened to the show so far. If you want to go to Facebook.com/Drunk Ass Live, you're going to go to Twitter. We're at Drunk Ass Live on Twitter. We're actually on Instagram too. If you're a weirdo who loves Instagram so much, we're at Drunk Ass Live Pics. It's DCL Pics. I don't even fucking know because Instagram is not a place to be social.
Well, you're also like past 23 years old.
I am.
Logan's Run, buddy.
Safer than Tumblr.
Logan's Run.
We're on youtube.com/drunkasslive. We're on the iTunes store. We're in the Zune store, which is the second finger that I'm holding up right here.
You too? You too? Yeah, we love you.
YouTube. And then, what am I missing? Oh, Google Play. Or no, Google Plus.
Google Plus.
Yeah, we're on Google Plus. That fucking barren wasteland that is Google Plus.
You heard of that?
No one has.
Photographers have.
I can't. I don't have enough spit in my mouth to make a. Clint Eastwood is not the same as Cricket Eastwood.
Cricket Eastwood. What?
Jiminy
Jiminy Eastwood.
Eastwood.
Yeah.
Don't trust a Jiminy.
It's a great talk show.
Adam, thanks so much for hanging out with us and doing the
Man.
show with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're dope as hell.
Man, this has been a fun episode, guys. I love
This
all
is
the,
fun.
I heart
This-
the fuck out of you
I
guys.
think we've actually reached the spirit of the Drunkcast.
Oh,
Yes.
our spirit animal is Drunkcast.
What it takes is the three of us.
Well, it takes the three of us, and also I have to show up 4 hours prior and drink a lot.
That helps.
I'm going to thank Ben Hampton for allowing me to leave home.
For
and not showing up.
Yeah, not for showing up.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to thank all the listeners because
David from Dual
yeah,
Core.
right.
I miss you, and you live in my fucking town. What's going on? Let's do this.
I want to thank Dylan for helping me run the show.
I want to thank the listeners because we
did.
the past couple months. You guys have been
did.
downloading, and we have gotten more and more downloads every month. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you guys for doing it.
Actually, legitimately, okay, I'm going to do one thing. If you are a person who's listening to the show, especially if you're in another country, and you like the show, like legitimately like the show, and you're subscribing to the show, and you're listening to the rest of this, I will send you a $100 bill if you just send in a question to questions@Drunkcast Live. $100 bill.
Confederate money or real money?
No, real money. Real American money.
Drunkcast bucks.
The first
Actually,
person.
If somebody would fucking pay attention to the fucking goddamn ask us a question thing and ask us a question,
yeah,
would be great.
Ask the question. You can
Yeah.
also
Drunk bucks.
412-440-7468 or
Interact.
412-440-SHOT.
Interact.
That's important because
Yeah,
we
it's
don't know
awesome.
if you're real people, and it would be nice to know if you're real people.
Thank you, England.
I'd also like
Cambridge, ask us something.
I'd also like to thank Borders Bookstores. If you're the last Borders Bookstores, thanks for fighting the good fight.
What did Borders do?
Your pizza's coming soon.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'll amend that. What could Borders do?
I mean, you don't know. You don't know yet.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
If you're Borders, then send a Nike shoe. I don't know what you can do.
Stitched by a 2-year-old.
Send us a CD of the best of
Your personal pan pizza.
System of the Down.
No. What's better than Nickelback? So yeah.
Well, Nickelback.
No.
Yeah.
No, System of a Down is better than Nickelback.
Way better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And they're both
Sugar.
And they're both no.
Stop talking. Travis is doing anything.
I know.
I love you so much. We're definitely gonna. Dylan and I are gonna see you next week, no matter what happens. Love you.
Drunkcast Live is a podcast that's recorded live around bars and drinks, but we do drink and podcast responsibly, and we hope you do too. Please come check out more about the show at drunkcastlive.com and go to facebook.com/drunkcastlive or twitter.com/drunkcastlive.